Hello, everybody. Hi, Dana. Oh, wow. Is that a spoon? Are you waving a
Yes, it is.
spoon?
I have my tea steeping, and it should just about be ready.
Ah, I see.
Do you want to know why I have been steeping tea?
Because that's how you make tea. You steep it. That's how the water takes on the tea flavor.
You're so clever. You know what, Steve?
What, Dana?
You're right.
Ah, yeah. You know what else? That
Cha-ching.
sounds like that was a Dana-esque response.
It was, which is
Yes.
why I appreciate it all the
Well,
more. Just give the
whatever
world
I can
more
do.
me.
Why
Um,
are you why are you steeping tea?
so that I can have tea. No, but so I was running lines, and
Yes,
yes,
because
yes,
because you are going to be in yet another show. You just did an opera like a couple weeks ago. Now you're doing yet another show.
well, this one's sort of the opposite because there's no I
No
don't
singing.
know I don't think there's any singing, or at least I didn't remember the actors singing.
Okay.
So this is a theatrical version of an adaptation of the movie Shakespeare in Love for the theater. And I don't remember the characters singing in that, but
Neither
there
do I.
are but I mean the movie did of course have a score.
Well, yeah, as many films do.
And
So do you
but
think the
they're
actors will be humming the score like when you're not?
no in the let me see if I can open it here. Do I have notebook or whatever? Yes, I do. So I have three versions of the script that I have cobbled together from the original they sent me. One of them is like the full script, and one of them is just my pages with my lines. Um, and then one of them is just my pages with my lines, but the pages are turned so that
Okay.
when I look at them digitally, they're not. It doesn't go and like show it to me like I can see the full. I can zoom in and see the full page because it's two page. It's a two-page spread.
Right.
And if I see the two-page spread on this screen, it's going to look
It's
at it
like that
this way.
big. Yeah.
And then when you
Yeah.
turn it, it automatically shifts. Well, you can't see it because it's
Right.
just the light. But
But
it
yeah, yeah.
automatically shifts. Yeah. Then you're trying to look at it like this, and it's very much not helpful.
It's a pain.
It really is. So anyway, so I
So
was
you
running
yeah.
lines. So in the full script, there are places where it says the company sings, and I'm like, but it's just got the words. I don't know that we have a book. Maybe we have a book and we just don't have access to it yet, or maybe the director's like, screw that, we ain't singing. I don't know. So I'm not entirely sure how much. I was
Well,
going to
that's
say
I
it's the
get
opposite because it's
yeah.
all words and no singing. The opera, of course, was all singing and no speaking lines. But then I was like, you know what? Maybe there is no singing. I don't know yet. I didn't actually ask because we just like the first meeting was Monday, and I wasn't here. So I said, I'm in Chicago. Can I'm like, I might. I'm like, no, I don't think I can attend on Zoom because the place that I stayed someplace where there was no Wi-Fi.
Yes,
Huh?
you told me. I can't imagine how you even made it through.
I it was a struggle, but oh wait, or
I
to
will
put it,
yeah.
I don't know. It's a mystery.
I will say this.
Did you get
And
that
first of
reference?
all, no.
Oh,
What is
but
that
you
a
laughed
reference to?
anyway. Well, thank you. It's very charitable of you.
I assumed it was funny, so I just responded accordingly.
Bless
What was it a
you.
reference to?
Bless you, my child. Okay, so first of all,
What was it a reference to?
the movie Shakespeare in Love. That's a
Oh, okay.
it's
I
it's
yeah,
it's just
I
like
haven't seen it
that they
since.
they never have any money. They're putting on the wrong show. The theater's going to be closed. It's like and the guy who runs the Rose repeatedly says, and it will all work out. And somebody will say, how? And he'll say, I don't know. It's a mystery. He says, somehow it always works out. How does it work out? I don't know. It's a mystery. And it happens like three times, third time,
Yeah. I
once is
haven't seen
funny,
it.
twice is a little bit hackneyed, three times is a thing.
I haven't seen the movie since the year it came out. So
Yeah.
I remember liking it, but apparently not enough to want to watch it again. Um, but anyway, okay, so you just got back from Chicago. You were in Chicago over the weekend because you went to
Uh-huh.
the
American Library
American Library
Association.
Association National Convention,
Uh-huh.
and I do want to. I guess I want to compliment you because you you have more patience or resolve or determination than I
Oh,
do.
oh, stubbornness. Well, maybe not quite
Because
stubbornness, but
well, because look at all those books. Good Lord, those are the books you brought home from the
it really
ALA.
doesn't look like as much
Um,
when they're all stacked up like that,
it looks like a
I
lot.
think.
I don't know
Okay.
what you're. It looks like
Okay.
a big old pile of books. But anyway, so you stayed with relatives and family friends, right?
Hmm.
While you were on the road. And what I think I've told you this before, but if I want to go somewhere and I can't afford to get a hotel, I don't go. It doesn't matter if I have family or friends in the area that I could stay with or not. I do not go. If I don't have the budget to get myself a place to stay of my own while I'm there, then I don't go. Uh, that is obviously not a rule that you live by, and
Nope.
it opens up your prospects for places that you can go, right?
Uh-huh.
Um, so I compliment you on
Steve.
that
Well,
because yeah,
thank you so much. I
yeah,
accept your compliment with gratitude. Steve, question.
yes.
When do you go places
Well,
that
but that
like that
okay.
require an overnight stay? When was
Oh,
seriously, when was the last
almost
time?
never, almost never. But when I do, if I can't afford to, you know,
Stay at a hotel. When
to
I
stay at
do,
a
if I can't
hotel.
afford a hotel, I don't.
Well, like I mean, the last time I went someplace and stayed, and I was away from home overnight, and it was like an out of town thing. I think it was probably the last uh, Reason Rally in
Uh-huh.
2016, which was in Washington D.C. So I went to that because it wasn't far away, but
Right.
you know, it was uh, uh, enough of like a late night thing that I you know stayed at a
Didn't want to
hotel
drive all the way
overnight.
back.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And plus, after the rally was over, there were a bunch of people there that I knew that I got to see, and we hung out and spent some time like and stayed up. Not super late, but so I got a hotel for the night, and if I could not have afforded to do that, then I either would have left early to come home before it got too late, or I would have not gone. I mean, there are people down in that area that I know that I probably could have crashed with, but that was never going to happen. Like, you know,
You wouldn't even like stay with Danny?
I mean, no, I don't want to stay with anybody. It's nothing against Danny's my brother, by the way, everybody but I, it's nothing against the people themselves. It's just, I don't want to
You
stay the
want your
night
own
in someone
space.
else's house. I want, yeah, like, I
Not
don't want,
even Jason?
if I go to California and visit Jason, which I hope to do at some point before one of us is dead, um, I am
Or
going
both.
to or both, who knows how it's going to happen. Um, I'm going to get a room at like a hotel nearby. I'm not going to crash on his couch or whatever. No, if that's,
Maybe
no,
he's got a guest room.
I don't want to stay in his guest room. I don't want to stay in his house. I want to stay in my hotel near his house and then go to his house to see him or meet him at a place or whatever. No, I'm not going to stay in somebody's house.
Yeah, we're different.
Yeah. Well, because like
in many ways.
yeah. Because there are very few places I could ghostwrite or get a tent. I guess I could get a tent. Um, there are very few places that I can imagine wanting to go so bad that I wouldn't be content just as well saying, I just won't go. You know what I mean? Like,
I understand the
if,
words. I know
yeah,
what the words mean. I am not that way.
I know, but I'm just saying, like, it is one of the differences between us.
Very much so, yeah. Kuresh, I'm not sure which one of us you're referring to because we seem to be at
Probably me.
like completely opposite ends of the spectrum there. So yeah.
Probably me, but that's just the way I know. If I can't
Well,
afford to get
yeah,
to provide for my own accommodation when I get there, then I don't go.
yeah, but like, I mean, I went to the conference on pretty much a shoestring budget, which is how I've no, not how I when I went in 2011, we stayed at a hotel because we didn't know anybody in the area. But I don't remember who we stayed with in 2009. So, but yeah, we drove to, well, first we drove to Indiana and we stayed overnight with my brother, and that was so that actually shortened the length of the trip.
That's
So
like a
it was a
midpoint
little bit,
of the
it added
yeah,
more time, but like each leg was shorter than the entire would have
right.
been driving to Chicago. Um, and so we stayed overnight there and did a long drive the next day to get to visit with my mom's friend. And the other thing is, you know, my mom went with me and we divvied up the driving. I'm not, she probably drove more, and I did, you know, the navigation using the phone and talking about, you know, identifying, you know, what it says and explaining things and things like that. So I think she did a little bit more of the driving, but we divvied it up pretty well. And and then so we paid for gas, and then the full conference is like $500, but an exhibit hall pass, which is what I got, is $80. And like some of the sessions, some of the workshops sounded really interesting. You know,
Right.
talking about collection development and, you know, the way that libraries are changing and how to meet your community's needs and also things like that. And current issues in politics, very important and relevant to, you know, me as an English teacher having a classroom library,
Of
not
course.
directly, but related. And so that would have been fun. But it also takes away from time in the exhibit hall, which is I am there to get books.
You're getting the
And
books. That's the whole
yeah,
point. That's the draw.
yeah. And mom was like, I think you may have gotten more than $10,000 worth of books here. I'm like, I don't know about that. You know, if you,
$10,000 is a lot of books,
well, I mean, let's see.
Mom.
So hardcover copy, um, $30 for this one. But
I mean,
there's, I
okay,
mean,
maybe.
and there's also a difference between, I mean, you get what you get. You know what I mean? So it's not like if I was spending, I was given $10,000 specifically to spend on books, I would be a lot choosier, like so much choosier.
Because you want to get the maximum for your 10 grand.
Exactly, and not only that, I mean, I would be asking questions like, can I take this to the used bookstore where again stretch that sucker out as far
Well,
as
oh
it'll
my God.
go?
You could
How long?
probably buy out a used bookstore for $10,000.
It depends on the used bookstore. Now the one
if you
where I
brought
know, oh,
if
did
you
I show
brought
you?
$10,000 cash and dropped it in front of a person who owns a used bookstore, they would probably burst into tears and tell you take whatever you want.
No, no. It really does depend. Did I show you my paintings that I made at the little used bookstore? Show you?
I think you sent me pictures of them. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and then this one was this month, and then this one was in May.
Yeah, the
They have another one that's
lighthouse.
coming up in July, and yeah, it's not conflicting with other. Although at this point, it might be conflicting with a play rehearsal. Don't know. Anyway, Ghost Wheel. I don't know what you want to link to.
Oh, a link to the
yes,
Poirot
yeah.
episode.
Is it in the description?
No, well, because see, we can't watch it on YouTube anymore because the YouTube
That's
channel
right.
got nuked.
Nuked.
So we're watching it on the Internet Archive. So if you go to the Internet Archive and just search for Agatha Christie's Poirot, and you can find it there. And we're watching The Veiled Lady is the episode we're watching tonight. Also, Karosh, an Airbnb that I had all to myself would be fine. Like as long as I don't have to share the Airbnb with somebody else while I'm there. If it's like a a guest house or whatever that, and like a rental property that the owners are renting out just for uh, Airbnb stuff, then I'm fine with that as long as I have a place of my own.
You're a hermit. That's what it is. So
I
anyway,
just like having
that
my
used
own space. I just like being able to go back to my own space at the end of the night, you know.
and not
Yeah.
people.
Yes, exactly.
No peopling allowed, as they say in Bed Knobs and Broomsticks. So anyway,
So
that
anyway,
little used bookstore, probably 10 grand would clear the place out. A place like McKay's Books is like this ginormous warehouse that like dwarfs many Walmarts. Not all of them. There are some that are like, some
right.
super centers are like super centers, but some of the, it's
Massive,
bigger
yeah.
than some of what we call, especially some of what we call the small marts. The neighborhood grocery ones, they're
Hmm.
have a smaller footprint.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just like books and books and books and books and books and books and books, so many books. And they even have, like, despite the fact that they are a used bookstore, they also have other items. They have an extensive record collection, as well as, I think they have also, on one of the far walls they've got CDs. They've
Okay,
got
well, Dana, you haven't been given this $10,000 to get records and CDs. Okay, you've been given this $10,000 to get
right, but I'm
books.
saying it's like they've got so much stuff that if I went to McKay's and I couldn't buy out, even their book collection just with 10 grand, I'm pretty
Okay,
confident that would.
okay. But
But the
anyway,
other
so
one,
you
the
had a
small one, the little one, probably.
good time at in Sweet Home Chicago.
Yep. Aside, the air quality not so great, but
Well,
we were inside, so there was, the air
but
was
that's due to just the timing, right? I mean, it's not like the air
Mhm.
quality in Chicago is normally reputed to be shitty.
It's
It's
certainly
just
not
the
that bad.
Canadian wildfire thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it was actually worse. Like I said, I think I said we my brother lives in Indiana and we stayed with him.
Hmm.
It was worse on the way back through Indiana and Ohio. Like, and I
Yeah.
think I told you it looked like the setting of, or after they put post production, they added an effect of a horror movie. Like there was this sort of
Yeah.
the way sort of the fog wasn't just sort of all through it, like hovered low, and it was heavier towards like just above the ground, and then it's it was just sort of brownish gray, just sort of
Yeah.
all through. Yeah, it was really weird, and just, it wasn't like really thick, but it was just unceasing for hours, like just driving and driving and driving, and it's always like, it doesn't change, the weather doesn't
Hmm.
change, the clouds don't move, there's nothing.
It's
It
just like a
looks like,
haze over
yeah.
everything. Yeah.
So, and then I've got the National Education Association conference next week, and we
Next
leave
week.
on
So
Saturday.
are we having a show next week, or are you going to be
um
out of town?
I have question marks written down. So in all honesty, I'm not entirely sure. However, I will say the week after that, I have my ESOL class. So that week I know I won't be able to. But next week we can, I've never been to that conference before, and I've been looking at it, and it looks like I get to go. We do have a hotel for this one.
Imagine that.
Yeah. We're staying, it's in Orlando.
It's in Orlando. So are you staying at your usual spot in Disney World?
We're staying in Disney World. We actually weren't able to get, my favorite is way too expensive. I love the Polynesian. It's just, oh, it's so lush. It's so pretty. But we're staying at two different Disney resorts. So we're staying on Disney property, and then we'll have the car. So like I'll drive in. They'll they'll hang out. I don't know what they'll do. Hang out at the resort, or go to the park or something like that. And they'll use the internal transportation. So yeah, I haven't figured everything out yet. And we leave on Saturday. But like, it's
You
my
should
first time to
probably
this conference, so
Yeah.
I'm not really sure how everything works. I know we've got some meetings that are supposed to start at 7 a.m. I'm not really pleased about that. But
Well,
it
okay,
is
but
what it is.
well then you're going to be out of town on Wednesday next week though.
Yeah, but like, this is like, we're not in the same town anyway.
I know, but I mean,
I mean, we
like,
can just call it if you think we should.
well, I'm just thinking, you're going to be in Orlando. You're going to be at a conference. That's
Mhm.
probably going to be, tiring. And then, hotel Wi-Fi, not always the most reliable. Why don't we just say next week we'll take a week off and then we'll catch up, when you're, the week after that or whenever.
The week after that.
The week after that, yeah, because you have the play
Yeah.
thing after that. But yeah,
No, I have the so
well,
I have the
whatever.
yeah.
You have another thing
Yeah.
after the so we'll take so
It's
we'll do
summertime. Do all the other
so
things
we'll
that are
do this
related to
show and
sports.
then we'll take two we'll take 2 weeks off and then
Okay.
we'll come back and watch Deep Space Nine.
And who knows, we're watching some Agatha Christie this week, and we keep saying that we're going to talk about the Glass Onion. Maybe if I can get the Wi-Fi to work, maybe we can connect and do a Zoom. We can
Okay.
talk about the Glass Onion.
Well,
Maybe
we can or we don't have to. You can just be in
I know we don't
Orlando
have
and
to.
I mean,
I know we don't have to, but we've been saying that we're going to watch that. We finished up our Agatha, our
our
and then there
read
were none
along. Yeah.
a while ago. And we
Why?
keep saying,
And I still need. I need to. I mean, we were at one point, and maybe we'll still do this. We were going to watch the movie again together and
yeah,
then do the video. Or failing that, I mean, I should probably watch it again, whether it's with you or on my own before we do the video.
yeah,
Because I think I've watched it twice, but it's been months and months and months. And if and
yeah,
it's not like
yeah.
I
I
don't have it
definitely same here.
memorized. I
I
mean,
need to watch the video before
yeah,
we do the video.
yeah, yeah. So
But
anyway,
yeah,
I'm glad you had a good time in Chicago. I'm glad you made
me
it home
too.
okay.
Me
And
too. Yeah, we kind of got hit the one time. I told you that, right?
while you were
Yes,
on the
I know
road.
I told you that because that's why the car has the I know I told you
Oh
about the backup
yeah,
light.
with that yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
thought that was
We
when
had
you.
adventures.
I thought that was before you left.
No, we got rear-ended and it was a hit and run in Chicago. Not bad,
Oh,
but
oh.
now my car
You
is
got
even more paranoid.
you got hit in Chicago.
And then hilariously, as we were driving through the same part of town, like on another day, we passed by it, like, and mom's like, well, I guess that's why, it was slowing down there, is because, you can't go on that street. And we were talking about it later. She's like, I don't know why. I'm like, Mom, that yellow tape was like crime scene tape. And, I saw two people coming out of the building next door, like, next to the first building where the crime scene tape was. And they were wearing bulletproof vests. I didn't, get a chance to like look at the back and see if it said police or FBI or something, but I'm just like, okay, we're in Chicago. We're in a big city.
The big city.
Yep,
The
we're in
city.
Chicago. Land of what, the
This.
mob or something?
Well, I mean, I think pretty much every big city is the land of the mob, but Al Capone's city.
Yep.
Although I
Yep.
don't think he's
So,
been in charge of things for a while.
what with the being dead and all?
Yeah. Also, the city where my all-time favorite wrestler, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, won his one and only world championship. Defeated Ric Flair at the Chi-Town Rumble in 1989. And do you know where the following month he defended the title successfully in a rematch with Ric Flair in a 2 out of 3 falls match that took place in the city of Chattanooga.
Oh, really?
So,
I did not know that. Thank you.
yeah.
Thank you for educating me.
How about that?
How about them apples?
How about that? So anyway,
Yep.
I'm glad you had a good time.
It's been an
Yeah.
eventful week. Like
Yeah.
literally, we left on Thursday and we got back. We got back yesterday. Like, when did we get back?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what day it is. So
Yes, Vilcata won the championship. He defeated Ric Flair. He with a small package, I believe, is how he won the title.
is that his finishing move? Or
No,
what?
a small package isn't really a finish. A small package is like a pinning combination. It's sort of like, you would use that if you had an opportunity, but it's not really a finish. It's like it's a pinning hold. No, Steamboat's finish was the flying body press. Hi, Kara.
Anyhow. So
Anyhow,
so so that's how my week has been. How has your week been, Steve? Quickly, because
um,
it's almost time to watch.
that I know, right? Yeah, and for people who just showed up, we are watching Poirot. We're watching The Veiled Lady. So wherever you have a copy of it, we're watching a copy we downloaded from the Internet Archive because the YouTube channel we were using got nuked a few weeks ago. Um, but go ahead and queue it up. Vilcata, it's a small package, can be a handicap. So I've been told. I obviously would not know from personal experience. Um, but I have been told
But tis.
in certain situations it can be a detriment. Um, yeah, I've had a good week. I've had a good week. Last night was the season finale, possibly the series finale. It depends on whether or not it gets renewed, of Superman and Lois.
Super
And so
suspenseful.
I watched that this morning. It was pretty good. And speaking of Superman, big news yesterday
Yes.
that James Gunn has officially cast the roles of Superman and Lois Lane for his upcoming Superman Legacy movie, which is very
Good news,
cool.
and the good news is that they are actors of which you approve.
Oh yes, yes. And actually, I've seen Rachel Brosnahan is going to be Lois, and I've seen her and stuff before, and she's terrific, and I'm very happy with that choice for Lois. And Superman is David Corenswet, who I've heard of but had not seen and stuff before. So he was in a movie last year called Pearl, and I had not seen it, so I watched it this morning, and really good movie. I liked it a lot, and he's very good in it. Not He doesn't play like a Superman type at all, but you can tell that he's a good actor. He has really good screen presence. He looks the part, like, you know, easily. Um, and he, if I think he's going to need to hit the gym, he's going to need to bulk up a little bit. But you know, to play Superman. But I think
See,
he'll be a
again,
good one.
another point on which we disagree. But
Yeah, we do disagree on that. We talked about it a while ago, and you said that you can see Superman
I
being like a
mean,
skinny guy,
he's
and that's
Superman.
that.
Like, what exactly does he do to build like visible muscle? And why? So yeah,
Okay,
Vilcata, I think
super part of Superman is that he is the visual component matters to me. He needs to we need to be able to look at him and see that he is a big, strong, powerful guy, because part of what makes Superman Superman is that he has his immense strength, but he uses it to help people, not to impose his will on, unwanted on people. So he needs to be a physically impressive figure.
imposing,
Yeah, so that you can see. Yeah, so that
so
his
that you get the
strength is
contrast between
immediately
what he
obvious.
looks
Yeah.
like and how he
Yes.
behaves.
His
I
Yeah,
can
and
I
again,
can
he
see
doesn't
that.
and he doesn't have to be like a fucking, bodybuilder or anything. Like Christopher Reeve, was obviously a put on muscle to play him, and was obviously like a big, strong dude, but he wasn't like, super jacked to the point where you were like, holy shit. Like, he just looked like a big, strong dude. And that's really all you need, but you need that. I don't think you can have like a skinny guy play Superman.
I disagree, but we haven't seen it happen. So
And we're never going to see it happen because it's
because Superman is also wish fulfillment for dudes.
not, well, no, it's not. No, I mean, yes, to a degree, but
I mean,
that's
that's
not
why I
the
said
point.
also,
Yeah, but
also,
that's not the,
it's
but
not
that's not the
and not the
reason.
main point.
That's not the reason why I think he needs to be physically
No, that's
big.
not the reason why you think so. But I guarantee you that is in producers' minds. Well, guys won't want to watch a skinny guy playing Superman. I guarantee you that's what's
Well,
in the people who are in charge of the money. That's what they're thinking.
and they're right. They're right.
So
But yeah, so I do think, and he's 6'4", which is the same height that Christopher Reeve was. Um, and also Rachel Brosnahan apparently is only 5'3", so she's going to be standing on an apple box, I'm pretty sure, for a lot of these shots. I
oh,
don't. I mean, James Gunn is a great director, but I feel like he's going to be, he's he's gonna get tired of having to come up with ways to frame shots so that both a 6'4" Clark and a 5'3" Lois can both be in the shot without just saying, "All right, fuck it, just stand on something," like so.
All right.
So anyway,
Let's go for it.
shall we watch some Poirot?
Let
And then
us.
after we're
Let
done, we
us.
can play some Wordle.
Yay! That sounds
Woohoo!
lovely. Yeah. Now I really
Alrighty,
feel like I'm home.
so once again, we're going to be watching Poirot, season 2, episode 2, The Veiled Lady. Um, Mr. I Love the Ants, you mean Rachel Brosnahan is more famous than David Cornswood? Yeah, I think that's definitely true. She's an Emmy-winning actress, and he's been in a couple of movies, you know. But I think she's definitely more famous than he is. Yeah. Um, all right, here we go. So I will count us in from 3. As always, I will go 3, 2, 1, play, and we will all hit play when I say play, and we will watch Poirot, the Veiled Lady.
And we'll complain about the purple.
Yes. Okay,
Tradition.
here we go. You ready?
Mhm.
Okay. In 3, 2, 1, play.
Oh, so I didn't. I
Yeah.
told you that I was running lines, but
Yes.
what I didn't say was that the reason that made my, I need to get it is that I've been cast as Burbage, who runs the other theater, the
Yes.
competitor, and so I've been practicing, projecting with like really down in my chest voice, and
So
also
that's
some
why
of
you
the,
need the T.
he's the sleaze. Well, one of the sleazes actually, but I get to be the scoundrel. Yeah, fun. Oh, good. And I was talking about that, and I wasn't watching the
The
intro.
weird,
Yeah,
the weird Poirot face on the
with
intro.
the third eye.
And Vilcata, I'm gonna have to look that up. I don't think I've seen the Christopher Reeve Superman skit on SNL. My favorite Superman sketch on SNL is when The Rock hosted, and he played Superman, and the joke was that he was so huge that when he was Clark Kent, you could see his Superman suit like sticking out from under his clothes, and everybody just pretended that they didn't know he was Superman out of politeness. That was funny.
Hey, Mr. I Love Dance there. I put that in chat for you.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
He's up to
He's
no
not a
good.
good guy.
Oh my goodness. He's going to assassinate the Archduke. This is a
He ain't even
stick up,
wearing a
see?
mask.
My wife will love this.
And this.
And this.
I'm just gonna,
Okay.
broad daylight.
I just want these
I love the
two.
guy. I love the guy's expression.
I like that he wasn't greedy. He just took 2. He could have taken all of the
No,
necklaces in that
he
display,
reached
but he
down.
just took
Clearly,
2.
there was at least a third one, possibly a fourth.
Oh,
He
okay.
reached
Well,
down.
only 3 then.
You never know what's going on, beyond the frame.
Indeed.
So much. Pizza.
That's not a schooner, that's a sailboat.
A schooner is a sailboat, dummy. Oh, Vilcata, I'm so glad. Oh, I didn't catch the last word. So only something. This is the premise of what might be my favorite Agatha Christie book.
She was the veiled lady.
Liz, I'm not even sure what you're talking about, and the answer is absolutely.
You think that's her?
That veil is. What do you mean? What kind of lady? That veil doesn't hide nothing.
Just reading the funny pages.
See?
Liz, yeah, the veil does kind of attract attention, doesn't it? But if you take off your veil, it will reveal your identity. A certain man. A young man named Sam Cooke.
I think also she's supposed to be famous, and so it prevents other people who don't know her from recognizing her. Like
Yeah,
if
I
somebody's
guess.
following her, they'll be able to like, okay, it's the lady in the veil. But if she's not being followed and then somebody comes looking for her, they
Right.
would say, have you seen so and so? And they'd be like, no.
Right. Ooh.
Because they're colonizers, Kara. Hercule Poirot can be very persuasive. Pizza. I love her so much.
Yeah. Touche. Ah, yeah.
Yes, Kara. Oh,
An office boy. Woohoo.
yep. I love the beat before he gets angry. It's like he has to figure it
Yeah. Wait a minute.
out. Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock, ding.
I have no sense of humor at all.
Well, that's just silly. I mean, honestly, you really want to.
I don't like that man, Hastings.
I mean, you take out an advertisement in the Times.
Hastings is gonna go whip his ass.
What? And I do mean this. The absolute.
I'm going
What
to
did
order
you
a
think you were
pizza.
going to accomplish, Hastings? Précisément. See? No, Hastings, you'll never think of looking for people's addresses.
It's such a great line. Yes, Hastings, I do. Uh huh.
I am thinking.
And he takes another step forward. You're going to his house while he's in Paris, and you're going to burgle it for that letter. Then he takes another step forward for that letter he has from Lady Millicent. And he
When
just
he takes
keeps
another
stepping
step
into the
forward.
shot.
And then he sits in Poirot's lap.
It is me, the ignorant French painter, who is not Hercule Poirot.
Du tout. Oh! Oh! Oh, that poor man. This terrible disguise. I had to wear the false mustache and it was horrific. I will say it makes a lot of sense because, I mean, then you have the reason to have the locksmith's tools.
Exactly.
And now he goes and he kills her with the saw.
With the saw. Au revoir, or whatever they say in Switzerland.
I didn't know that a Swiss accent sounded so much like a French one.
He's one of those French Swiss.
Ah, yes, indeed. Awfully well lit for the lights not to be on. See, this is better, but
Yeah.
that's okay.
I'll just go up to the much better lit second floor.
No, no, no. That was the landing.
Oh, oui, oui.
Ooh. No. The place. Mr. I love the ants because then there would be no story.
Or it would be just a much shorter story where, Poirot goes to the bank and finds the bank manager and just threatens to cave in his skull unless he opens that lockbox.
That's one does.
You know? What a twist!
Hilariously. I don't know if they'll hear her. Liz, I imagine that it's hard being Hastings' friend too.
if
For
you're if
very
you're
different
Poirot, it's
reasons.
very hard being Hastings.
Honestly, I think just about anyone.
What's all this? Vilcata, yeah, he gives a Chinese puzzle box to Hastings to open. He knows he won't have to worry
No,
about it.
exactly. Poirot wants to open it himself, so he gives the box to Hastings.
He may, yeah, thus guaranteeing it will not be opened. Yoink.
Oh, so much fun!
Oh, yeah. I've been waiting for this day all my life.
uh-huh. I absolutely did.
Definitely. Definitely knew that all this time.
Absolutely, completely. They call him Mad Dog. Oh God, I love it so much.
Hey, here's an idea. Smash it with a hammer. Hastings is right, Poirot. Oh, it is quite saucy. You think?
Yay,
I
figured
love
it out. Yeah.
I love Hastings. I
Oh, and
love him. He's
wearing a
so
veil now. Mm.
bold.
Ah.
Lady Millicent, I read your letter. It was hot. I don't like the sound of this. Time to go. Clever.
She do.
Oh, my bad.
They just stand there and let him go.
What did you see?
Oh wow. I love the painful early 20s.
Oh yeah, yeah. Exactly, Mister I Love the Ants. If they stay perfectly still. Yoink. Kitty. Bye.
What? I mean, I'm sure you would, Hastings. Rather odd ending there.
The end. There we have it.
Yeah, the ending was super not connected to the rest of it.
Yeah, but I kind of like that. I liked that episode. I liked that it was another one where the mystery wasn't a murder mystery.
A murder.
And I love, like, Poirot bragging at the beginning. Oh, if I were a criminal, I'd be the greatest criminal ever, and I would have the cops running around in circles, and they'd never be able to figure it out. And then he has to do criminal shit in the case, and he gets caught immediately.
Because and Hastings gets away, gets away, and I love that. That the housekeeper fooled him.
Yes,
successfully.
Yes,
absolutely successfully, and then she's like, tried to convince me he was Chinese, and he's like, you suspected me, but for all the wrong reasons. Like, you suspected me because you're like prejudiced. Look at his shifty little eyes.
Look at his shifty little eyes. Oh, just takes your breath away when they use your real name, doesn't it? Yeah. Yeah, it's good. It was... Really good episode. Really good episode.
Well, not so much that, but like, just Jeff saying, did you ever think, about going to CN? I was like, no, this is as close. And like, it's not like, it doesn't connect to anything except that they had the scene with the sailboat at the beginning. And they have
it's like a bookend
totally unrelated to anything. They just bookend it. They add in some extra stuff. It's not related to anything. Like, they could have started at the office, like, and not had the sailboats at all.
Sure.
So,
but then how would they have ended it?
Ask me about it in 3 weeks. I'll come. Yep.
You
I
may
can come up
have
with it.
thought of something.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll write a better ending in 3 weeks in my copious free time.
Yeah. Shall we play some? Are you making a note to write a better ending?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. Rewrite ending
I
to
just put
Poirot
new.
episode. Okay. Shall we play some Wordle?
Yes, let's.
Let's play some Wordle, everybody. So, as everybody who watches our stuff regularly knows, this is today's Wordle that you're looking at right now. And the way this works, for those of you who haven't played with us before, is Dana takes the lead, and Dana is not actually looking at the Wordle board that you all are seeing right now. She's just going by my description of it, and I will relay the information to her as we play. And if you would like to play along and you have not solved today's Wordle, please feel free to throw in your guesses in the chat, and we will play and solve it together. But if you have played today's Wordle and you know the answer, please do not give it away. That is all we ask. Okay. Now, what do you say? Our usual pair of starter words?
Yes, let's start with heart.
Let's start with heart. Heart. And that gives us, it's a good one this time. It gives us the A is in the right place, and the T is in the right place, and there is an R, but the R is in the wrong place. So we've got 3 of the 5 letters already, and 2 of them are in the right spot.
A-N-T is probably good. Let's go with
It could be A-N-T, yeah.
I'm thinking something R-A-N-T.
That could very well, so it could be Grant.
Mm-hmm. Wait, yeah, because we have the R in the wrong place. Yeah, try. Right. Wait, hang on. What else might work with that?
Well,
go for Grant. Let's see what that comes up. Even before Lions. Yeah.
All righty. Let's try Grant. Grant. It is not Grant.
Okay.
But that is where the R goes.
Okay.
So it's something R-A, something T.
Okay. So Lions will have no N.
Right. Yeah, there's no N.
Okay. So go for Lions. Okay. Unless we can come up with something else that doesn't use an N, but I don't think I'll be able to come up with anything quickly. So go ahead, put Lions in.
I'll go for Lions. Lions gives us nothing. So
nothing at all.
No L, gray. No I, no O, and no S. So yeah. And we already know there's no N. So yeah, so something R-A, something T.
Kara suggests tract with a double T.
Oh. That could be it.
Tract. But it could also be craft.
It could be craft.
Yes. Let's go with craft because that gives us 2 letters.
2 letters.
Check. And then if we have a C and it's in the wrong spot, then we can guess tract.
There you go. That's brilliant. C-R-A-F-T. Craft. Ooh, you know what? It might be tract.
Let's try it. Do we have a C in the wrong spot?
Because there's a C, but it's in the wrong spot, and there's no F.
So Kara?
Let's try tract. T-R-A-C-T. That's it.
Yes, tract. We make such a great team, Team Us.
Woohoo! That was a good one. That was like fun. Yeah.
And Mr. I Love the End says craft with our delay between when it when we say stuff and when it actually
we're thinking along the same lines. We're thinking along the same lines.
Yeah. Good job, everybody.
I forgot to mention to you. I wanted to mention to you before we watched the show, and I forgot because we were talking about other stuff. Have you heard the new version of We Didn't Start the Fire? I'm going to take that as a
No.
no. Okay. Fallout Boy released a new version of We Didn't Start the Fire that covers from 1989 to present day.
Ooh.
Now, don't get too excited because it's not written in order. It's just references to events and famous people that have been relevant from then to now without any particular thought behind it. It's actually not that great. It's catchy, it's catchy, because it's the same tune, just a little bit more
so was
up
the
tempo.
original.
But yeah, as
More
far as
up tempo.
it's a little quicker than the original. It's a little quicker than the original, but I mean, it's not super good. But if you get a chance tonight or at some point, see if you can find it on YouTube or whatever and listen to it. And I'd be curious to hear your thoughts. I was a little disappointed because of it's just, and this happened and here's another, and it's like there's no rhyme or reason to it,
Yeah, it's just stuff.
Yeah. Now I did do a Twitter thread about it where I said if we want to take the most positive view of it possible, you could interpret the non-linear nature of the lyrics as a commentary on the fact that because of the internet and social media and streaming and et cetera, the digital media age, history is accessible to us all at once, and the order doesn't necessarily matter because it's like we can view anything at any time. And, it's kind of a postmodern thing.
Yeah,
I don't think that's necessarily
history in a linear fashion.
Yeah, I don't think that's what they were going for. I think they were just lazy. But
or just, I mean, they were.
But you could interpret it that
just
way.
Unable to come up with anything better, or maybe they came up with almost everything was linear, and there was one part in the middle. They're like, can't come up with anything for it. Screw it. We can't have one thing out of order. Let's just put it all out of order, and then then everybody will think it's on purpose.
So
yeah.
But anyway, yeah, check that out if you get a chance. Well,
so it
shall
sounds
we?
Like
yes.
Yeah, let's wrap up. I'm starting to squeak. The next time that if we don't do Trek on question mark week next week, the next time will be July 19th.
July 19th, and so we'll come back for that. We'll take a couple weeks off because Dana has other stuff to do. And when we come back on July 19th, we will be watching Deep Space Nine once again, and we'll be watching the episode Sons of Mogg, which is a Worf episode. And also a Worf's brother episode. Because Worf's brother comes to visit him.
17. Okay, good. Ooh.
Everything okay?
Family. I was double checking the theater's schedule. I'm not.
To make sure that we are.
The 19th is not already blocked for something else. So we're good.
So as far as we know right now, the 19th is good, and that's when we'll be back for DS9. I'll go
God
ahead.
willing and Jesus tarries, as they say.
Lord willing and the creek don't
rise. Yes.
So I will go ahead and schedule the next one of these for the 19th of July. And if we need to change it at some point between now and then, we can. But we'll just go ahead and say count on the 19th for the next Trek Reluctantly, Sons of Mogg.
That's what I've done.
Aha.
So in the meantime, don't forget. So this Friday, we do not have one, but next Friday,
Ask Away,
which is July 7th, there is Ask Away. And so if you click the button on this channel, you should also click the button to subscribe if you haven't already done so, which probably most of you already have. You can click the button to join the channel, or you can become a supporter by going to patreon.com/Steve Shives.
You sure can.
And you can become a supporter that way. And then you can send in a question that Steve will read on the air at Ask Away. And you can be among the first.
That's right. You can be among the first.
Yes.
Yes. And also don't forget, Dana, you have a YouTube channel as well. YouTube.com/Dana Coldares.
Yes.
And patreon.com/Dana Coldares if you would like to support Dana's
Yes.
YouTube work. And those are both linked in the description. So please support Dana's channel as well. And
Yes, thank you.
yeah,
Leave me comments. And
that's,
Kara
yeah.
asked when we're going to watch a film together again. I don't know.
We have thrown around a couple of possibilities for what the film
Mhm.
could be, but we haven't settled on
We
anything
haven't
definite yet, and we haven't picked a date yet. But we
Yeah.
are going to keep doing that. Just, you know.
I think we need to come up with what we're going to watch.
Yeah.
I think that's important. I think that's important. Since it's a watch along.
Indeed. You got to watch something.
Yeah, we need to know what we're watching together. So, suggestions have been made. I haven't seen that. I have to see
I know.
It would be wrong. It again, and I'm very much not certain about this.
It would be wrong to just spring the room on you on a live stream. That would not be fair. We would have to watch it privately first and see if it's something you even want to watch again after that.
Be like,
yeah, Kara, we take suggestions.
We absolutely take suggestions. No, didn't we come up with something? Yes, we did.
Oh, you did mention something. Yes. Yes.
So now we need to come up with what? All right, we'll work on that. Wait.
Okay, we'll figure something out. Yeah, write another note.
Oh no.
Did you lose the notes you just wrote?
It doesn't take long, folks. Okay, so note, schedule. What do we call that? Late seating is your pod. By the way, Steve also has a podcast with our good friend Jason, who he's not going to stay with if he goes out to visit him.
No, I'm going to stay in a hotel if I go to visit. But anyway, yeah, we call it the back row. We call it the back row. Yeah.
So we're going to figure out when that'll work. And it will not be on an Ask Away weekend. It'll probably be on a Friday that's not an Ask Away.
It'll be on one of the other Fridays, yeah.
Yes, and also not on a Friday when I am performing Shakespeare in Love, because it's hard to be in two places at once. It's very difficult.
Yeah. It'd be very distracting.
But I think that's the performances aren't until July, so Kara, put them in the comments. Actually, if you really want somebody to pay attention to them, put them. Just like go to any one of my videos and
comment on Dana. You go to Dana's most recently posted video and just drop them in the comments of that.
Your channel whatsoever, but here's some suggestions for the back row.
Spam Dana's comment section with suggestions for a completely different video.
Go for it. Or grammar questions. So
always like those.
It does need to be something that we've both seen already. Or that you're willing to wait for us to actually get a chance to watch, keeping in mind that it has been months since we finished our, and then there were read along, and we have not rewatched Glass Onions so that we can do a video about it together.
And also we have a list of movies that one or the other of us haven't seen that we want to watch together at some point. And we have made some progress. We have made some watched quite a few of them, but we haven't had time to watch one lately because we've both been busy and been doing other stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah. So yeah, go ahead and, Kara or anybody else, if you want to make suggestions, leave a comment on this or on one of Dana's videos. And if it's a movie that we both haven't seen and and it's not one that we both like, we'll reject it for that reason. But if it's a movie that we've both seen and we could both, stand to watch again for a show, then we'll put it on the list.
See, I have seen some Kurosawa movies.
Yes. I remember specifically Once Upon a Time showing back in the day, showing you, I know I at least showed you Yojimbo. I may have also showed you Sanjuro. Because those are probably the two most of the popular like Kurosawas that people would know. Those are probably the most accessible. And the shortest. like I love Seven Samurai. Seven Samurai is like 3.5 hours long. I mean, it's it's a commitment. It's not the kind of thing you just say, hey, well, shit, you want to watch Seven Samurai? Like, it's not one of those you just
apparently not. That's not
yeah. I mean, it's brilliant, but
I love that Kara is granting us some time to watch it.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Just keep in mind, next week I'm not even here.
Right.
So,
But yeah,
so
we'll figure out.
anyhow,
We'll figure out. We'll figure out what the next one's going to be
we'll
and
get
when we're
something.
gonna watch it. And yeah, I
All
have
that
a
takes
few
time.
ideas of my own.
Ooh. So maybe we should end the stream so you can tell me what the heck they are, Shives.
Okay. Yes, you did spell it slightly wrong, Kara, but I'm not going to correct you. I'm just going to let you live with that. Um, we could watch Ikiru, which is my favorite Kurosawa film, but that's super sad, super super sad, but also beautiful. Super sad and super beautiful.
Uh-oh.
Oh, just even thinking about it.
Is it a father-son piece and then the son decides that he doesn't like
No,
baseball?
no, oh no, it's not. Well, it's tragic in a different way.
But that would be tragic, wouldn't it?
No,
That would
well,
be
it would be
very
terribly
sad.
tragic. And anytime anyone decides they don't like baseball, it's a terrible tragedy. But I mean, especially if there's family involved, you know. Um,
Oh.
anyway, so we'll end the show. We'll chat about some things afterwards here and figure something out at some point in the next few weeks.
And we
And
will
we will
let you
see you.
know.
And we will let you know. And we will see you back here in 2 weeks or 3 weeks, actually, because we're skipping 2 weeks. So we'll be back in 3 weeks for Deep Space Nine for Sons of Mog. Take care, everybody.
Have a lovely evening, and we'll see you back. Actually, have a lovely 3 weeks. We'll see you back here then, hopefully.
I'll see you sooner than that, but Dana will see you in 3 weeks.
Yes.
Bye, everybody.